Hello everyone, it's Gayna, aka Fitnatic Lifestyle, and this is the first produced video. It has been a long time coming, and this is my welcome / about me. It took me a while to really sit down and think about what I was going to say, how I was going to present it, place it in order, because how many people really sit down and write about themselves? For me, not many. I don't know, because I don't put things in order necessarily. So if I seem to kind of go here, there, and everywhere, just work with me. Just follow along, all right? Here we go. How did I begin my journey? That began very long ago. Back in 2010 is when I really truly realized that my weight was out of control for me, okay? For me. And I was going up the scale. Let's go back a few years. What started the weight gain is the loss of my oldest daughter in 2005. And she passed away of cardiac arrhythmia at school in PE class at the age of 9. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail, but that was the spiral. That is really what started me going downhill. I lost 4 months of my life. I was all about self-sabotaging, depressed. Anybody that want to come on my pity train, I want to bring them with me. I was just unhappy, unhealthy, but I could fake it. I could fake happy so well. Moving on, in 2009, I ended up having to have an emergency hysterectomy. Okay, here we go. Another health issue. Some of my thinking, when I sit down and think about it, I may have had that surgery also due to putting so many things in my body, getting quick fixes to lose weight. That was coming from taking a host of appetite suppressants, shots. I've even done wraps before wraps came out. You pretty much wrapped yourself in saran wrap, sat in a room in a towel, and sweated a lot. Then comes 2012 when I was diagnosed with PAD. It's called peripheral arterial disease, and that is poor circulation in my lower extremities, meaning my leg. This was found because I had a lump in my leg, and I had very heavy legs. Like, it took me 10 minutes to get up out of bed. I was out of breath walking up a flight of stairs. Random bruising that appeared out of nowhere. This disease is also known as the senior citizen's disease. However, it is not a senior citizen's disease. You can have it at any age. I reached out to my father and come to find out he has the exact same thing. There is no cure, but you regulate it through proper nutrition and exercise, or you can be a guinea pig to a host of medications to see what will work for you. Now, I'll go ahead and take the exercise and nutrition Alex for 500. That's pretty much how I sum that up. So my highest weight was 225. At 225 pounds, I would call myself thickalicious. That I still look good at 225 pounds and I wore it well. But mentally, I was unstable. Emotionally, I was broken, and physically incapable. I wore a nice facade. I was there for everybody that, I was the life of the party, Gayna's hosting something, because I used all that to mask the real issues, and I didn't want to be alone, because then that would force me to think about having to self-reflect. No one really truly, when they're in their own bad state of mind, they don't want to self-reflect, because all you think about is the negative. So anywho, I began walking at FedEx Stadium, and that's in Maryland, FedEx Field. I would dare go into a gym. That was too intimidating. And I could only begin doing 15 minutes at a time before I was completely out of breath. Each day, I would tell myself I'm gonna walk 5 more minutes. Then in my brain, August of 2012, what is going to make you accountable for your journey to losing weight? I decided to document it and to take pictures. Every day I'm going to post on Instagram and or Facebook that I checked into the gym or I checked in to my walk, because that means that I accomplished a goal for that day. And it wasn't about encouraging or inspiring anyone else. It was about me not failing like I failed at everything else. This was the one time I said I was not going to fail, and because stuff got hard, I was just gonna throw in the towel. No, because if I didn't check in that day or post my calorie burn or what I ate, I failed. Nobody likes to be called a failure. I don't like to be called a failure. And I damn sure calling yourself a failure, that don't feel too good. So that was the first part. Pause. I still wasn't dealing with this yet, because I thought, oh, you know, if I exercise, I don't have to deal with what's going on with me mentally. Wrong. I still wasn't quite, I hadn't quite matured just yet. Let me use that word. I had to seek some professional help to deal with some past issues. And a lot of them comes from having an absent parent, meaning I have an absent mother. My mother did not raise me. She tried to do her best, but when you have a parent that has mental illness and schizophrenia to be exact, and a drug addict, that combination is quite toxic. So my grandmother raised me. My grandmother, my maternal grandmother, my dad, and my grandpa. And I'm not gonna lie though, till this day, at 40 years of age, it still bothers me to not have a relationship with my mother. But at some point in life, who knows, maybe she will seek help. But if not, you only have one, and I still love her, and I have to do it from a distance, though it's been 25 plus years since I've seen her. So fast forward, I start to change my relationship with food. I realized that I still couldn't eat. I thought, I'm sorry. I used to think that you could eat what you want to eat as long as you exercise. No, that does not work. So how did I change my relationship with food? It was baby steps, because I knew going cold turkey would not work for me. And the reason being is, again, I would set myself up for failure. You can't go from eating all this stuff and then you just want to yank it all away from me. No, that doesn't work for me, because then what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna eat more. I'm not even hungry. I'm just eating it because it's there. So, baby steps. Instead of having a soda pop every day, I would limit it to 3 times a week. So it was a progression. It was a progression. Instead of having that king size Snicker bar, I would have a regular size. Then it went down to the snack size. Then it went to none. And it's about my journey. It's celebrating every little bitty milestone. I then got my membership. Let me see. I started August of 2012, and then I was comfortable in my skin about 3 or 4 months later, and I got a membership to Planet Fitness. I'm not knocking Planet Fitness for anything, because you can get a great workout there, and it is a good gym for beginners. And there is no gym intimidation. I think that's what their tagline is. So I started there, still doing only cardio, never picked up a weight, because I didn't know what to do, didn't know how to use the equipment, and I just wasn't interested in asking someone for help. So I just did the treadmill and the arc trainer. And during that time, I met one of my fit sisters, my good girlfriend, by the name of Kira. And she introduced me to picking up the first dumbbell. Boy, it was on and popping from then. It was like the sun, the cloud, everything just is like, wow. Like picking up weight was the biggest stress reliever for me. And to know that women can lift weights and not be big and bulky and masculine, as some people think that women are. We all walk around looking like men. Not true. So I started working out with her, and we would work out like every day. And then I had a setback in 2013. I had a setback of a failed relationship, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. So I started to indulge in eating more, and I had become depressed, and went into my own little rat hole, my little crab shell, and wallowed in pity. Kira was still there. Gayna, you need to come to the gym. Being at home isn't gonna solve anything. You gotta keep it moving. Yeah, I hear you, whatever. Drink, eat. So I don't even know how many pounds I lost between it because I didn't get on the scale. But I could definitely tell you I gained the weight because it showed in my clothes. Then I took back control in 2013 and I started documenting again. December of 2013, I remember saying that I am going to compete in a bodybuilding contest. Don't ask me why. Didn't know anything about bodybuilding. I saw a picture of a woman who is not even a competitor, and I believe she's known as the Nigerian Powerhouse, and her name is Anoa, and I can't think of the last name, and I'm pretty sure you all know who I'm talking about. She's like 6'1", she's 200 and something pounds, and flexible as all get out, and she has fitness videos as well. But she was one of the main people that I looked up to because I felt like I resembled her, being bottom heavy and having a shapely figure. So with that being said, I'm going to compete in my first bodybuilding show. I didn't do my research on trainers, didn't know anything about anything. I just knew that that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to have muscles, and for my 40th birthday, I wanted to look different. So I found my first trainer March or May of 2014, and I had to start from zero. I thought I knew something because I had lost majority of the weight by then by myself. And competing is completely different world. Lunge, you want me to do what? Lunge? I have horrible hip flexors. So it was a joke watching me. Like in the beginning phases, I had wanted to quit after week 1, but nope, I hung in there, and I'm like, you've also made this public knowledge that it's your journey to the stage 2015. And I was documenting every single day. Yes, every single day I documented my journey to the stage with tears, with potty mouth words, with laughter, humor, I mean, just all of it. So I lasted with my first trainer about 3 months, and then I found another trainer, and we lasted a few months. And then I found my third trainer, which he and I both meshed, and he at that point only had 4.5 months to work with me. Mind you, through that time, I wasn't eating because I was stressing. So in a nutshell, when I found my final trainer, I had to put weight back on and then take weight back off. It was tough, but I stuck in there and I hung in there, and the words were, let me do my job and you just do what I tell you to do. You got this. And that is what I did. And I stepped on the stage in August of 2012. I competed in as an NPC figure competitor in Masters, which is 35 and over, Grand Masters, which is 40 and over, and also Open, which is all categories. I placed in all 3, which was 3rd, 4th, and 5th place. For me, stepping on stage was not about collecting a trophy. It was actually graduation day. Because having a trainer and putting your body through so much, you're basically in school, and it's an expensive sport because bodybuilding is a sport and it is expensive. I mean, you know, and people do this their whole lives, and I'm like, wow. So once I stood on stage and smiled, and hearing people scream your name, and you're famished, you're tired, you are depleted of water, all you want to do is just lay down, but you have to stand there and pose and smile and hold this pose for the judges to critique you. It was an overwhelming feeling. And I remember telling myself, whatever you do, do not cry. You know, don't cry. Don't want to mess up your makeup because, you know, it's cute and you spend too much money on it. So that was the first experience. But leading up to that show, let me tell you a little bit about bodybuilding. It will mentally break people. The exercise is not the hardest part, it's the nutrition that is the toughest. And having that mental strength, because when they say mind over matter, it really truly is. And when you are being depleted of carbohydrates, you know, those rice and bread and potatoes, your body isn't meant to go through that for extremely long periods of time. And you are quite moody. You're always hangry, so to speak, is the terminology that we use. As I was documenting through this journey, I was approached by DCExaminer.com, which I was interviewed and did an article for them, followed by Black Women Losing Weight about a month and a half later. That's when someone said, Gayna, you should start a Facebook page. I'm like, why is everybody so interested in what I'm doing? I mean, there's a lot of people out there that's exercising. There's a lot of people out there that bodies look way better than mine. What I've come to realize is, here are a few things. I am a natural shapeshifter, and shapeshifting means that you can completely shapeshift your body from what you think you can't. You have to heal from the inside out. So I had to have a mental health check, and you have to trust the process to progress. Your journey is your journey and not anybody else's. You can't compare your journey, and this is not even just about fitness. You cannot compare your journey with anyone else's, because everybody has a story of their journey. You're just here to experience it and be an experiment. I am very blunt. I don't sugarcoat anything. I have made videos on Facebook that I don't even edit my videos. They just kind of whatever it is. It's just, I don't edit that. It comes out. Some of them are a little brutal, if you will. I don't think so. I don't think I need to pacify adults. Okay. I also like to give motivation tips and inspiration as it's what works for me, and I do that daily. Like, I have to motivate myself. Every day is going to be difficult, okay? Every day is not a cakewalk. You know, getting up in the morning is the hardest part. So now, I stepped out on faith, and I'm now an entrepreneur. Fitnatic Lifestyle is a business, and I have clients that are either on my meal plans, they're my online clients, or clients that I coach in person. And I am at a point now where I'm ready to, I guess, allow you all in a little deeper. Didn't want to do the whole video thing on my own because that's not like my thing. So I had to reach out and find a professional person to do it, because that's what entrepreneurs need to do. Let people work in their field and know what they're doing. So, wow. I am currently prepping for Journey to the Stage 2016, which I'll be taking. I'll be completing in the Gladiator, March 2016 in Baltimore. So I'm making gains. However, it's now I'm starting to lean out slowly and progressively. My current weight is 155. So, and my stage weight, when people see me completely depleted, and I'm 5'7", it's around 131, 132. Yeah, and I'm 40 years of age. So yes, people, when you see my photos from my competition, I do not walk around looking like that all the time. I do eat real food, and I had a 2-month foodcation after the show, which was, I wasn't supposed to, but I did. But what I want you all to understand is that I'm very transparent and vulnerable in my journey. And so I just thank you for being interested. I thank you for tuning in. If you have questions, which I welcome questions, because the next video, I'm going to answer your questions. So please leave them below, and welcome to the YouTube of Fitnatic Lifestyle. Peace.